Ethan was 27, smart, capable, and brimming with potential, and completely stuck. Every morning, his alarm would blare at 6:30, and every morning, he'd hit the snooze button. Once, twice, sometimes 10 times. "I'll start tomorrow," he'd mumble to himself. Tomorrow, he would start working out. Tomorrow, he would learn that new skill. Tomorrow, he would finally chase something better than his part-time job at a convenience store. But as we all know, tomorrow never really comes, does it? Ethan hated his job, but not quite enough to leave. He dreamed of doing more with his life, but not quite enough to actually act on it. It was the suffocating comfort of his routine. One evening, after another day slipped through his fingers, Ethan went to visit his father. His dad was a man who had worked for 30 years at a steel plant. His hands were rough, his back was tired, but his mind was disciplined. They sat in silence on the porch, watching the sun dip below the horizon. And I hate myself for it. His father didn't raise his voice or start a lecture. He just looked at Ethan and said something that would change everything. "Son, laziness isn't about being tired. It's about avoiding the work that proves who you really are." That sentence hit Ethan like a ton of bricks. It wasn't about a lack of energy. It was about a lack of identity. That night, Ethan lay awake, staring at the ceiling. A painful realization dawned on him. No one was holding him back. Not his dead-end job, not his past mistakes, not his circumstances. The only thing standing in his way was himself, his own habits. The next morning, Ethan made a decision. It wasn't a grand, life-altering promise. He simply promised to prove himself for 1 hour. Just 1 hour. He woke up and, for the first time in a long time, didn't hit snooze. He did 20 push-ups. He watched one online lesson about a skill he'd always wanted to learn. It felt small, almost insignificant, but it felt honest. The next day, he did it again. Of course, some days he failed. Some mornings, the old, comfortable laziness won the battle. But here's the crucial part. Ethan stopped quitting on himself. He learned to forgive his off days and get right back to it. Week by week, that 1 hour grew into 2. His body started to feel stronger. His mind became sharper. 3 months later, Ethan found himself staring at an online job application. It was for an entry-level position in a field he'd always been too afraid to even try. As his cursor hovered over the submit button, that old familiar voice whispered, "You're not ready for this." But this time, a new voice answered back, "I don't need to be ready. I just need to be brave." He clicked submit. He got the interview. And then he got the job. It wasn't because he was the most qualified candidate. It was because he showed up with effort and a newfound belief in himself. 1 year later, Ethan drove past that same old convenience store. The building looked exactly the same, but the man behind the wheel was completely different. He had proven something not to the world, but to the only person who truly mattered, himself. He learned that laziness is not a character trait. It's a habit, and habits can be broken. The truth is, motivation doesn't come first. Action does. You don't overcome laziness by thinking about it. You overcome it by moving, by doing, by taking that first small step. If you're watching this right now and you feel stuck, ashamed, or disappointed in yourself, I want you to remember Ethan's story. You don't need to prove anything to anyone else. You just need to prove something to you. Show up for yourself, especially when it's hard. Do the work when it's uncomfortable. Take a step forward when every part of you wants to stay still. That's how you build real pride. It's time to overcome your laziness and prove to yourself what you're truly capable of. Your future self is watching, waiting, and cheering you on. Thank you for watching.